I'm Kevin Berger. Our nation's military veterans face many unique and difficult challenges. Thankfully, there are a number of organizations standing by to help, including the Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans, known as MACV. The group provides a structured assistance program for giving veterans support, specifically on the issue of homelessness. Here to tell us more is Nathaniel Saltz from the Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans, MACV. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So give me an idea of the sort of services that you provide veterans who need help with the homelessness issues.
Well, the services that we provide services statewide in the areas of housing, employment, and legal services. So we have transitional housing, permanent supportive housing, and grants for first month's rent, security deposit, mortgage assistance, and homelessness prevention through these services as well. We work with a number of employers that want to hire veterans and are able to get veterans from homelessness into employment and into housing. And the third component with the legal is these legal barriers, these sticky legal barriers that are barriers to housing and employment long term.
So how many veterans are we talking about that are in need of this kind of assistance?
Well, the most recent Wilder study counted 580 homeless veterans on a single night in Minnesota. We estimate about 4,000 veterans over the course of a year in Minnesota will become homeless or experience a crisis which puts them at the brink of homelessness. Mm-hmm. And for these veterans, we've got these services here to help.
Is that number, that seems like a lot, is that getting, where are we on that? Is it getting more or less?
The number is far too much. It is getting less. That's the good news. The number is down nationally 24% since 2010, but in Minnesota the research is finding that the veterans that are still experiencing homelessness tend to be older than the general homeless population and more likely to be chronically homeless. So it's these high barrier veterans, barriers to housing and employment that are out there and that we're really focusing our services on now.
Some of the tough cases.
Exactly.
So why is it that it seems that, you know, a lot of times, like you see someone who's holding a sign and they mention that they're a veteran. Why is it that so many veterans do experience homelessness?
I think that there's many reasons for that, as there are veterans. For some, it has to do with issues experienced with their service, PTSD, readjustment issues. For many, many of the veterans we see, that was the most successful time that they've had, and that connection to the pride of their service. And it's really just issues that could affect anybody. Loss of employment, long-term unemployment, legal issues, divorce, breakup of family. And the veterans may tend to remain homeless longer because of the training they have allowing them to survive on the streets. And it might be too a difficulty going in and asking for help and the stigma for that. So we reach out, and many of our outreach workers are veterans and can really connect up on a personal level with where these veterans have been and what's out there to get assistance now.
I know you have one of your Stand Down events coming. Can you explain what veterans can find there?
Yes, the Stand Down event is coming up at the Boy Scout Base Camp at Fort Snelling on August 5th and 6th. And we have a whole wide range of services from legal, housing, medical services, job providers there, clothing, hot food, haircuts, where a veteran can come in and really resolve the legal issue, get a voucher for the driver's license, talk to employers and housing providers, connect up with other veterans, and leave with the roadmap to how to end their episode of homelessness or prevent an episode of homelessness, and have a good time and really feel welcome and appreciated all at the same time.
Well, thank you for the work you do on their behalf. If you want to learn more about the work of the Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans or about that Stand Down event, visit their website, MACV.org. That's it for this edition of Comcast Newsmakers. Thanks for watching.